Newsfirst Newsline with Faraz Shaukatali.
And a jolly good morning to you. This is Newsline, live from the Newsfirst studios in Dawson Street in Colombo. And no matter what happens, no matter any sort of letters that we get, we are here almost perpetually. And joining me this morning is that eminent legal personality to talk about the President's speech is Mr. Hemant Wanakulasuriya. Very good morning to you, Mr.
Good morning, Farad. Good morning. Welcome to it. I'm seeing you after a very long time.
Indeed, but we are here perpetually.
Yeah. You cannot be removed from this show as long as Maharaja exists, you will exist.
Well, you know, we are the people's channel and we reflect the people's views and people's concerns. And once in a way, we want some people here to come and help us, our friends, to help us to understand various statements made. And in this context, we had a very powerful speech by the President, and it had the whole country talking. Why?
Yeah, I believe for the first time after His Excellency Maitripala Sirisena assumed office, he showed what kind of person he is. He is not a weakling. He is a very strong person. I knew that for a very, very long time. But because of various situations, he tolerated. Now, when he made this speech, it became intolerable. He is the head of the state. I mean, he has appointed a committee to investigate into and report to him on various actions that have been taken by three institutions, the FCID, CID and the Bribery Commission. And as the President of this country, he is kept in the dark and no one tells him what is happening. What is his plight? I mean, when people telephone and tell him that so as he will be taken into custody, he just said no. And because you must understand, for us, there is a committee. Committee consists of some lawyers who sit together with some politicians and decide how best this should happen. Right. So therefore, I believe he is absolutely correct. We must all support him. We must understand that prevented us from sliding into a police terror state.
Good. Now, specifically, His Excellency referred to various investigative bodies like the FCID, the CID, and the Bribery Commission. So, what, Hemant, as a lawyer, can you explain to me what exactly is wrong in the way the Bribery Commission is now, in this current times, pursuing cases?
I believe we all want all these people who have robbed the state wealth to be produced in court. And we were told millions and billions have been robbed, and they will investigate, produce them in court. But instead of which, what is happening is that some of the members of the SLFP, some of the members of the Maitripala Sirisena cabinet, who was previously in Mahinda Rajapaksa with Mr. Maitripala Sirisena, is being brought before court. And then what is the, now take for instance that Mr. Fauzi, MHM Fauzi, I mean, grand old man of Sri Lankan politics, one of the leaders of the Muslim community. Now, what is the crime he has committed? If he had committed crime, he had defrauded money, yes, certainly. Now, he is supposed to have, when he was the Minister of Disaster Management, he had no car. Then one day, Mahinda Rajapaksa walked into his house and said, "Sir, this is a very important ministry. I run throughout the country, and then pay attention to the various disasters that have taken place. I want a car." So Mahinda Rajapaksa gave him a car.
Right.
Then he was using this car. Then what happened? He was promoted or demoted as a senior minister. Right. Then the cabinet they said, "No, please do not ask cars. We don't have cars to give you." Then he said, "How can we? One function is you can take your cars that have been given to you." And then they took the cars to the new senior minister's office and they used it until they got a car. And the car was given back to the to the
Presidential.
to the disaster management ministry. Now, this is
Right.
exactly what he told me. Now, what is the crime he has committed? He may have committed a very, very technical crime of of making a loss to the government. But is that the criteria on which we supported the government, to bring a person who has used the car for his own ministry? I can understand for us if this gentleman leased out the car and got extra money from that.
Yeah.
He did not do that. Then he is being indicted, and now the president has become
with all due respect, Mr. Vanukrishna, I think you need to explain to me clearly what is it that is piquing you. What is it that the Bribery Commission is doing? What's the procedure that's wrong?
The perception the Bribery Commissioners be used politically, this political movement destabilize this government and especially Maitripala Sirisela's SLAP cabinet. They are on a witch hunt. And then, various investigations are being carried out. People go.
Is there anything procedurally wrong in what
there is absolutely nothing procedurally wrong. But what I am trying to say is that this is not what we expected. There may be now just for us what this man did, what Fauci did. Almost every single minister has done that. So now then if you bring them on indictment to the High Court, I mean, there will be no cabinet. So my position is, there is a perception, it may be wrong, the perception, all three institutions are working in order to destabilize Maitripala Sirisena, make him weak. So for the first time, he showed the country that he is not weak, he is very, very strong. Look at the other case of, I've got to get another example, Priyanka Rajaratne, I believe is a minister of this government. He has got his daughter, appointed daughter as the private secretary. Now, is there a crime to be investigated and to be purported to be indicted? No. Then what about the other scams? What about the other things we talk about? Now, I saw yesterday Mr. Herath, Vijitha Herath, telling the people that he has complained to the Bribery Commission about this bond scam, and he has said, according to him, the investigations are over. Now people are asking, now isn't that the biggest? If a scam has happened, I still can't. Difficult to understand how this money was cheated. But if that was cheated, as people say, as the whole country says, then there must be investigation.
Why can't the president have a presidential commission of inquiry? After all, in relation to this bond matter.
He is not doing that, main for the same reason, that will destabilize the government, because the president has warned Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe that you cannot keep this person.
But this is a fine how do you do it is, because the Prime Minister is ignoring completely the fact that the man with the mandate, the president of this country, asked him and told him very clearly that he was not going to give him another contract. And then in response to that, the Prime Minister takes Mr. Mahendran all over the world with him as his head of sort of development policy.
Yeah, precisely. Now this is what Maitripala has asserted. Now I'll tell you about he specifically referred about Gotabaya Rajapaksa. Now, you know, for us, I think I came here once before and said that this avant-garde case must be investigated. In fact, for your information, I went and saw the president with Mr. Rajesh Senratne, with my friend Sarath Kongahage, and told him that this matter is not being investigated properly by the Aegis department. Then ultimately, as a last resort, I went and met Suhada Kamnath, the Solicitor General. Then he told me very clearly why they cannot indict him, why they cannot be arrested on the PTA. He told me, PTA. Now, just imagine, man who there are three people, very great people, who helped to finish the LTT. First is, in my reckoning, is no one less other than then Field Marshal Sarath Fonseca, then Gotabaya Rajapaksa, then the President. But I know when both of them pressurized the President not to stop the war, and now he is being charged. He was to be charged with the PTA. Just imagine Prevention of Terrorism Act. The very man who
Because there's an
finished the
anomaly.
war.
There's an anomaly in that.
Yeah. So then what happened? Thereafter, then about the firearms ordinance, he said, this man is the person in charge of firearms, the Secretary of Defense. You cannot charge him under firearms. So then I saw something. We are all lawyers. We cannot go on what I believe is correct.
Yeah.
And I presumed Suhada Kamnath was correct. Then what happened? The story that he had taken bribes. He did this and that.
We're going to have to take a short break. There's a breaking news event happening. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Newsfirst, Newsline with Faraz Shaukat Ali.
Welcome back to Newsline after that breaking news. And here's an anomaly too. The people of Jaffna are really suffering after the power cut with Norwich-Oley having closed down. The people of Jaffna, they need around 42 megawatts, but the electricity board is only supplying around 24. So the people in Jaffna are in darkness, but there is one power station that has been closed down for no apparent reason. And so that's the way it is. We're here with Mr. Hemantha Kulsurya. Now, Mr. Kulsurya, is the Bribery Commission, the FCID or CID, the police, when they're investigating all these corruption or allegations of corruption of people involved in the previous regime, are they procedurally flawed in any way?
Yeah. Now, for instance, I will tell you. Now I could finish my what I was saying.
Yes.
Then Suhada Kamnath was not promoted as the Attorney General. Instead of which they promoted Mr. Jayant Jayasuriya, another very honourable person. I must say, the very astute lawyer, and we welcome his promotion. Then what happened? Even he, after so many years, the man who recommended charges against Gotabaya and others did not forward the indictment. Why? There is a certain flaw, and the flaw was known to him, and he has, I believe, decided not to charge them. Now, the flaw, the Attorney General's Department was acting very fairly. The President did not accuse the Attorney General's Department. Now, what happened in this Gotabaya's case? It's very, very strange that this person, with the other commanders, were brought to court and then arrested and brought to court, and then they filed a certificate where the magistrate's power to grant bail is very restricted. Now, my position is, why in this special case? There has been hundreds of cases that have been filed under the corruption charge. What happens? It's an open inquiry. Open inquiries, they record statements, and subsequently they inform. Once they complete the dossier and they file papers in court, they issue notice on the accused. They come and they are bailed out. Now, I'll tell you for us.
So what are you doing in this instance?
No, that's right. Now, for example, in fact, they filed an absolutely false case against Shirani Bandaranaike for corruption. Now, she, on the basis that she did not declare something.
Right.
I have gone through this paper, the absolutely false charge.
Right.
What happened? The Mahinda Rajapaksa, though Shirani Bandara was sworn enemy of Mahinda Rajapaksa, he never informed the Bribery Commissioner to charge her under Section 30 and keep her in remand. She came to court, she was bailed out, subsequently she was released because they are absolutely false case. Similarly, here, what is the reason for the first time in a corruption case for them to bring a certificate and force the magistrate remand? I am telling you, the very, very important thing, the judges must be independent of act. And moment Gihan Pidipitya, the chief magistrate gave bail in the first case, on a similar case, his name was tarnished. He was supposed to, they published news item saying that he owns a petrol shed given by Mahinda Rajapaksa. Absolutely false, contemptuous.
Mr. Van, I want to say this to you. There'll be a section of people who don't have very much sympathy for Mr. Gotabaya Rajapaksa.
I believe.
Does that warrant?
No, in my case, now for instance, I believe in this Lasantha Vikramatunga's murder case, now someone has said that I did the killing. Now where is he from? He's not hired as in. He's from the state intelligence. So therefore there is a connection. Sure, he does, but in the connection he has with Vikramatunga, why should he go and kill him? So therefore there is a certain extent. Now that is the thing that must be inquired into. We say do not lot of people may have lot of things against various people, but the commissions must be independent. They must be transparent. They must show that they are doing the same thing to every
Tom, Dick and
Harry. I'm sorry. Now why is that they brought this certificate and remanded him? Then there is another important thing. I was told that the very first time I disclosed in this, like the wiretapping case, I was told that Mr. Pilapitiya was forced and was influenced or by coerced to remand these people moment they are produced. Now, this, if they're done by not by the government, not by the president, not by the prime minister, not by the cabinet, but certain officials. Now, these are very serious allegations. If this is true, this must be inquired into. Judges must be independent. Judges must have the freedom to act. No one should telephone and tell them what they should do and what they should not do. So this is an important disclosure I am making. For the first time, I got this information. There was rumor all over the magistrates' court that this happened. But if this has happened, that must be condemned by the entire society. It's worse than the crime of what Gotabaya has done. So my position is that when President said this, he was very, very clear. He knew. He did not know about the Section 30. He did not know that they came and forced the magistrate to remand. And there was, if not for the counsel, hundreds of counsel, people who appeared for him and submissions that were made, they would have been remanded. What is the plight of this country? And then also look at what the CID doing. There are 6 accused produced at the Homaga Magistrates Court for the alleged murder of disappearance of Ekta Decoder. Now I have been there. I have heard this magistrate, very fine young magistrate, saying, there is no evidence against these people. I want to discharge them or release them on bail. I cannot do that because of the previous magistrate has taken cognizance of the fact that murder and remanded them. And what did the president say? When these people arrested, they said, give me 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 months. Either they must be released or they must be bailed out. You can't keep people on the basis that they are investigating, and the investigation, there is no.
Mr. Vanakritse, I hear what you say. Why is it then that some people are being investigated for abuse of the public property, like using vehicles and so on, like Mr. Fauci?
Okay.
Right? Or whoever, Sajin Vaskunawardena. There's a whole string of them. Right? That's because it's public property. All right. In that case, what about the central bank?
What I'm trying
so
to say
isn't that public money, or is that notional? Everything's notional.
If there is an allegation has been made for the last so many months, why isn't the bribery commission, if there was no complaint, I can understand.
But according to, I was watching the news last night, according to Anura Kumari Dissanayake, there is a complaint.
That's right. In fact, they said that there's a complaint, and the complaint is almost has come to a conclusion. So my position is that is the thing that bothers the people. That hurts the people.
It appears to me that in this case, they're doing the investigation the way you want it done for the others.
I know how they are doing the investigation.
Well,
on the other hand, there's a man who you took his car from disaster management to senior minister's office and used the car. Did not sell the car, did not lease the car and return the car. He is being indicted. On the other hand, there is an accusation that 5 million have been, or 6 million have been defrauded from the people, from the money, from our money. And nothing is happening. You know, as far as we are, not even, we don't see the investigation, we don't hear anything. So this is the thing. So what Mr. Maitripala Sirisena said was absolutely correct. There is a perception that they are using, some of these sections is using these three institutions to cripple Mr. Maitripala's power base. That is the SLP. So that he'll become alone. You must understand, this constitution is peculiar. Maitripala Sirisena's life is very, very important to this country. You must understand, after he became the president, for the first time after Jaya Jayawardena's government, we feel there is some freedom. We feel that there is no harassment. We feel the political opponents are not being harassed. We feel that we can talk, express freely. So this is because of this man, Maitripala Sirisena, whom I consider one of the best presidents we had. He may have certain weaknesses, I agree, but he has not eroded the confidence.
There is a real feeling amongst the people that finally the president is exercising his presidential powers.
Absolutely. So he did not do that for all these years. He should have immediately sacked Arjuna Mahendran. He should have done various things. No, he wanted to please the government. He pleased the UNP. He was pleased Ranil Wickremesinghe for having brought him to power. But how long can we do this? Because I believe even large number of UNP ministers are with Maitripala Sirisena. They have absolutely no difference with him. You know, it's a pleasure to work with him. And he has given you the freedom. Of course, people, we don't have money, but then we feel as members, now for instance, when I brought this matter of telephone tapping, the first thing he did was he telephoned me and asked me. I said, sir, there's nothing to do with this government, nothing to do with you or the Prime Minister or the government. Some officials are doing this in order to...
So why isn't that official sacked, summarily sacked?
No, you can't summarily sack an official.
No?
There must be an investigation.
Right.
So what I said was, and he said, if I receive a complaint, I will definitely investigate. And the Chief Justice has handed over the complaint to him, and he has now appointed a committee to investigate into this. So my position is, now he reacted on that. He wanted to take action. Similarly, my position is that you don't sort of soft pedal certain matters. Now, for instance, Lanka report. Now, Lanka report was given to the government so many years ago, so many months ago. What has happened? I mean, the present chairman said that there is no merit in the report or something like that, and they did not inquire into it. I mean, we spent 5 million of our money, 3 million of our money for the investigation for the committee, and nothing has happened. Now there, instead of which we were told that the salaries of the chairman have been increased from 3.5 million to 6.5 million. I know that is correct or not.
I am not so sure.
Yeah. So my position is, therefore, President must take over the reins completely and do what he thinks is correct. Because ultimately the responsibility, we voted for him. We voted, if not for him, this government would never be in there. So we voted for him to ensure that there is justice in this country.
When we talk about equality and a level playing field and all these lovely notions, we also have to bear in mind that much of the financial industry, civil society, parts of the media, all have expressed a concern about what went on at the central bank.
Yeah.
For months and months, we've said that there has been a potential for conflict of interest, a potential for that, and not the blindest notice was taken. Today we have a situation that we are confronted by the figures of one company in which they publicly state the level of profits they've made.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, we say.
Yeah.
However, why is it that we now have a statement from the Monetary Board of Sri Lanka themselves,
Yeah.
technically the owners of the central bank,
Yeah.
Monetary Board.
Yeah.
They are asking, they have raised a question or a query or a concern. Oh, this English language is wonderful. But they've raised the concern as to the disparity of the profits within that industry,
Yeah.
where one dealer has made 80-odd% and everybody else has made the balance.
Yeah.
So these are sufficient grounds, isn't there,
Yeah.
to have a robust, independent inquiry.
Yeah.
Why is the government hiding?
Yeah, I believe there again, like the bribery commissioner is interested in prosecuting some of the SLDP ministers for nothing, the UMP must not be interested in inquiring into this allegation. So therefore, I believe if the president takes a firm stand and decides to hold an inquiry, the government might fall. So this is another question we must think about.
Which, unfortunately, because we've overrun and the control room, the main control room, is having an absolute fit. So on that note, thank you very much, Hemant Kulusuri, for your time and for your thoughts. And thank you for having joined us. It's wonderful to be alive, to be perpetually here. And wish you a great day ahead and a wonderful week, actually. Take care. God bless.
Newsfirst Newsline with Faraz Shaukut Ali.